thematic analysis process must attain trustworthiness in order for it to be valid. So how can you attain trustworthiness of this process? There are keywords here. These are the keywords that will allow you to attain trustworthiness of our process in doing thematic analysis. Okay, so we want to put knowledge created through our research so that it would be applied into practice. That's our very goal. Therefore, it is important that the research that we generate will be recognized and also will be understood by the audience, by other researchers, by practitioners, by policymakers, government officials, and of course the public, the patients. So trustworthiness is our way, the researchers' way, to persuade others and themselves that the research findings that they got are worthy of attention. So we really have to emphasize or really have to guarantee our readers the trustworthiness of our research data, of our results. And this is by doing the following, or this is by attaining these different criteria given here. We need to attain credibility, reflexivity, transferability, confirmability, and audit trails. So from the word itself, credibility, it is the credibility. It is your background on the study. Okay, credibility addresses your being fit to study this research topic. Okay, that's why you need your advisors. You need experts to guide you. In your level, you might not be 100% credible to conduct qualitative research. That is why you have to be guided by your research advisors or your mentors so that the credibility of the study will be recognized. Okay? So there are also suggested number of techniques to address credibility, such as you do immersions or prolonged engagement in the research area or in the research locale. You will do persistent observation. You can also do data collection triangulation, where you will employ 3 data gathering processes. You will do direct interview, focus group discussion, and direct observation. That's the most popular data collection triangulation. And also you can do researcher triangulation. So those are the techniques that you can increase your credibility or the credibility of your paper. Next one is reflexivity. Okay, so reflexivity, this is the researchers are encouraged. You as a student researcher and your mentor as a researcher, of course, should be encouraged to keep self-critical, be accountable to the research process. You know, you have to do your reflexive journal. You have to do some reflection so that there would be an in-depth process in every researcher. There would be a journey, journeying towards your research topic, and hence you can understand better the different dimensions of the topic or the problem. You will not just focus on your reflection, should not focus on the technical part. It should go deeper. So you will look at the problem and you will reflect it, you will critique it, and you will put it in a journal, record your own personal reflections about maybe values, maybe interests or your insights that was formed as you do as you perform the data gathering, as you did the interview process or the observation process. So you will write all these insights into a journal. So that journal will be useful later on when you will generate codes and themes, because you will also check it. You will going to simultaneously review the transcript and your insights from the journal that you have from the reflection that you have documented in your journal. So from the transcript and from your insights, you will combine it and you can generate now codes which will later on can be used to construct themes. The next one, the next criteria for trustworthiness is the transferability. So transferability refers to generalizability of your research questions or your research problem. Then it will generate research data and results that can be generalizable to the population. So in qualitative research, the concern is it's very individualized. One case is unique from the other case. So you have to generate codes and themes that can be transferred or can be adopted by other research on that topic. Okay? So if you are talking about mental challenges, or if you are talking about mental awareness, your codes and themes that can be generated from your research data will allow transferability. The other researchers can be able to benchmark on your data and can be able to apply it or adapt it to other research or to other population. So the researcher cannot know the sites that they want their data to be transferred. However, you can provide general descriptions, or you can provide wide and or you can provide broad descriptions and explanations, general contextualization, so that your findings, even though it's pharmacy practice, it can be applied or it can be adapted by psychologists, by MLS, maybe by the medtechs, or by the graduate school, or other professions such as medical doctors and nurses. Okay, so do not contextualize strictly according to your understanding. As I have mentioned a while ago, the insights must be combined with the transcripts so that there will be personalization, yet it's not too strict, it's not too stiff. You still have the process of, or you still have, in generating codes and themes, you still have the portion of the transcript. So it's a combination of your transcript and your own understanding. Okay? Now, the fourth criteria for trustworthiness is confirmability. So this concerns with establishing the researcher's interpretations and findings that are clearly derived from the data. So it requires the researchers to demonstrate how conclusions and interpretations have been reached. So you have to write down in your paper the process. How did you arrive with that code? How did you construct the themes? And from that, how did you founded your conclusion? You have to state it there on your paper to establish confirmability. Okay? That would allow the establishment and guarantee for confirmability. All right. And the last criteria for trustworthiness is audit trails. So An audit trail, from the word itself, audit, it provides the audience, the readers, with evidence of the decision and choices made by the researcher regarding the theoretical and methodological issues throughout the study. So you have to present in your paper, the audience should be able to read and can audit your results. So you have to anchor your codes, your themes, your analysis, your interpretation of data from your, you have to anchor it from the raw data, from your field notes, from the transcripts, from your journals, from the related literature, from the theoretical framework. You have to make it coherent. You have to anchor it all together so that when the audience or the patients or other people will read it, when they audit it, you have evidences on your paper. In other words, there are cross-referencing of data. Your raw data will support the codes and themes you have generated. The codes and themes that you have generated will support the theoretic framework. So in other hand, the theoretical framework also will support the codes and themes, mutually support each other. Okay, and then your audit, your researcher, your readers will be able to see when they read it. They will parang simultaneously audit if you are doing it right or you have basis on these things. So you have trails, you have documents. So your reflexive journal is very important. You really have to do it. So those who will do qualitative research design, you have to work on personally, individually, and then you will work later on as a group. So whatever you have reflected personally on your own, you need to share it with your group mates because your insights, your background, your exposure to this problem, your attack to this topic is different from your group mates. You pull your insights together from that point. When you have your insights all together, you look at your transcript and then you now find what's the common, or you now follow the process of thematic analysis.